Ladies and gentlemen, let me ask you something. Have you ever had one of those days when your mind feels like a restless monkey, leaping from one thought to the next, worrying, stressing, overthinking? And by night, your mind feels far more exhausted than your body. We live in an age where the world's noise is loud, yet the noise within is even louder. But here's the good news. Calmness isn't a luxury, it's a practice. And today, I want to share with you some simple daily habits, not complex ones, that can truly bring peace to your restless mind. Because my friends, a calm mind isn't just peaceful, it's powerful. My dear friends, let me ask you a small question. What's the first thing you do when you open your eyes each morning? For most of us, it's not prayer, not gratitude, not silence. It's something else entirely. We reach for our phone, right? Pause, smile, laughter. Without realizing it, the first thing we feed our mind in the morning isn't peace. It's panic, a message, a missed call, an email, breaking news, someone's post, someone's opinion. And before we've even brushed our teeth, the world has invaded our mind. Then we wonder, why do I feel restless? Why is my heart uneasy? Why am I tired by 10 a.m.? It's because we hand over the steering wheel of our mind to the world before we even sit in the driver's. Imagine you're holding a jar of crystal clear water. The moment you drop mud into it, what happens? It turns cloudy. But if you let it rest in stillness, the dirt slowly settles and the water becomes clear again. Our mind is just like that jar. Morning silence lets the mental dust settle before the world starts throwing its noise into it. So, what should we do for the first 5 minutes of our day? Simply sit in silence. Don't touch your phone. Don't turn on the TV. Don't check messages. Just breathe. Close your eyes. Listen to your breath. Feel the calm. Let the morning embrace you. Notifications invade you. And here's the beauty of it. Science now proves this truth. Starting your day in silence produces calmer brain waves that lower stress and sharpen focus. But this wisdom isn't new. Spiritual traditions have known it for ages. Every faith, every master has spoken of the sacredness of morning quiet. You don't need mountains, caves, or incense. You just need yourself aware, awake, and still. Because my friends, remember, the world will always shout, always demand. But your mind has a choice to begin the day as a slave of noise or as a master of peace. So tomorrow morning, before rushing into the world, sit with yourself in silence. Just 5 minutes can transform how you live the next 15 hours of your day. My friends, let me ask you something simple. How many of you breathe? Pause, smile, laughter? Of course, all of you. Otherwise, you wouldn't be sitting here, you'd be in the hospital. But how many of you are aware that you are breathing? Not many, and that's where the real problem lies. We take around 20,000 breaths a day, yet most of them go unnoticed. Imagine if you received your salary 20,000 times a day but never realized it. How much would you lose? In the same way, when we ignore our breath, we lose our greatest treasure, calmness. Let me share a little story. A man once asked a monk, "What is the secret of peace?" The monk smiled and said, "The secret is hidden in something you've done since birth." The man thought of food, water, sleep. The monk said, "No, it's your breath. When you master your breath, you master your mind." Even modern science agrees. When you're stressed, your breathing becomes fast and shallow. When you're calm, it's slow and deep. So it works both ways. Calm your breath and your mind will follow. But in chaos, we forget to breathe properly. Think about it. When you're angry, how's your breath? Heavy. When you're anxious, uneven. When you're at peace, slow and soft. So what's the solution? Practice breath awareness daily. Even 3 minutes is enough. Sit comfortably, close your eyes, and observe your breathing. Don't force it. Just notice it. If thoughts come, let them pass. Your breath is your anchor keeping you steady when life's waves pull you away. Try this simple method. Inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 4, exhale for 4, hold for 4. It's called box breathing. Navy SEALs use it to stay calm under fire, so it can surely help us stay centered in traffic or daily stress. Remember this, your breath is the remote control of your emotions. Most people search for peace in vacations, shopping, or entertainment. But true calmness is free. It lives in every breath you take. So next time you feel tense, don't rush to your phone or distractions. Just pause and take a deep, mindful breath. Sometimes the shortest path from chaos to peace is just one conscious breath. My friends, let's talk about something that silently steals our peace, our little glowing companion, the smartphone. Isn't it true? This single device has become our alarm clock, diary, planner, entertainer, teacher, and constant partner. It almost feels like we're in a relationship with it, but often it's a toxic one. How many times has this happened? You sit down to focus, to read, study, or work, and suddenly your phone buzzes. You think just 2 minutes. 2 become 20, 20 become 40, and soon the task is forgotten. Pause, smile, laughter. That's the power of notifications. They come disguised as friends, but they're actually tiny thieves stealing our attention. Every ping releases a small dose of dopamine, the pleasure chemical, making us feel curious, excited, even addicted. That's why, even mid-conversation, we break eye contact to check our screens. Sometimes we give more respect to our phones than to the people in front of us. But let's be clear, phones aren't evil. Technology isn't our enemy. It's a blessing when used wisely. The real problem is not having technology, but not having boundaries with it. Just like fire can cook a meal or burn a home, your phone can either connect you to life or disconnect you from peace. So what's the solution? Set digital boundaries. Decide when you'll use your phone and when you won't. Instead of reacting to every buzz, choose fixed times to check it, maybe morning, afternoon, and evening. Let your phone wait for you, not the other way around. Another simple tip, turn off unnecessary notifications. Do you really need instant alerts when someone likes a post or uploads a video? The world won't collapse if you see it later. Most notifications aren't urgent, but our mind treats them like emergencies. Create no phone zones in your day. No phone at meals. No phone during conversations. No phone before bed. Some families even keep a basket for everyone's phones during dinner, sending a clear message. People matter more than pixels. Remember, our brains weren't built for constant interruptions. Every time your focus breaks, it takes minutes to recover. That's why, after a day of digital distractions, you feel drained even without much work. But when you guard your focus, your mind feels lighter, clearer, and more peaceful. Here's a simple truth. If you serve your phone, you lose your peace. If your phone serves you, you'll preserve your peace. So next time your phone buzzes, don't jump. Take a breath, smile, and remind yourself, I'll respond when I choose, not when my phone chooses. That single habit can return more calmness to your life than you can imagine. Gratitude isn't about pretending life is perfect. It's about not letting your problems hide your blessings. Challenges are part of the journey, yes, but so are gifts. Gratitude doesn't remove pain, it gives you peace to walk through it. Think of it like wearing clear glasses. Without them, life appears blurry and negative. With them, you suddenly notice beauty, kindness, and abundance that were always there, but hidden behind the mist of complaints. So, my friends, let gratitude be your morning tea and your night's sweet treat. Begin and end each day with it. Because when you count what's right, your mind forgets what's wrong. Remember, a thankful heart is a peaceful heart, and a peaceful heart holds true strength. Let me take you to one of the simplest acts we repeat daily: eating. We do it several times a day, yet for many of us, it's become the most unaware habit of all. Meals have turned mechanical. We sit before our food, but our minds wander, scrolling, chatting, worrying. The body eats, but peace never enters. Often, we rush as if in a race, finishing before even tasting the first bite. Our stomach may eat, but our mind goes hungry. Tell me, would you scroll through your phone at your favorite concert? Of course not. You'd savor every sound. Yet, when food nature's gift sits before us, full of color and flavor, we barely notice. Ancient cultures taught mindful eating, beginning meals with gratitude to nature, the farmer, the cook, and the divine. Gratitude slows the mind, and slowness invites calm. When you choose slowly, taste deeply, and eat in silence, you're feeding not just your body, but your soul. Science agrees distracted eating leads to overeating and restlessness, while mindful eating improves digestion and lowers stress. Try this simple practice. Before eating, put your phone aside. Observe the food, its scent, color, and texture. Take the first bite slowly. Feel its taste. Thank life for this nourishment. When you eat fast, your thoughts race. When you eat slow, your thoughts soften. If you say, I'm too busy, remember time not given to awareness will later be spent on stress. Mindful eating doesn't steal time, it saves it. It even helps you eat less, for you hear your body whisper, I'm full. Every mindful meal is a quiet meditation. Each bite becomes a reminder, slow down, breathe, and be present. Tomorrow, when you sit to eat, remember, you're not just feeding your body, you're training your mind. Eat with awareness, and peace will follow with every bite. Now, my friends, step with me outside, not beyond these walls, but beyond the walls of routine, into something we often forget, nature. Nature isn't just a backdrop to our busy lives, it's the root of our calmness. Yet, in today's world, we spend more hours with screens than skies, more time with buildings than trees, and more energy in virtual worlds than in the real one. And then we wonder, why do I feel so restless? The truth is simple. We've drifted far from where peace truly lives. For thousands of years, humans lived close to the earth, waking with the sun, working in fresh air, eating from the soil, and sleeping under the stars. Life was simpler, but the heart was steadier. Now we have more comfort, but less contentment. Isn't it strange? We've learned to live better, but forgotten how to feel alive. Think about the calmness that washes over you by the ocean's edge. The waves seem to carry away your worries. Or when you walk through a garden at dawn, hearing birds sing, watching sunlight dance through leaves, breathing in freshness. In those moments, you need no distraction. Nature itself becomes your meditation. Even science now confirms what sages always knew. A few minutes in nature lowers stress, improves focus, and boosts joy. Some doctors even prescribe walks in nature as medicine. Imagine the trees as healers, rivers as therapists, sunlight as energy, and it's free for all. Yet we pass parks without pausing, shut out sunlight, and prefer gym walls to open skies. We've trapped ourselves indoors, forgetting that calmness is waiting just outside. Start small. Step onto your balcony. Feel the warmth of the morning sun. Walk barefoot on grass. Water a plant. Sit beneath a tree and listen, not with your ears, but with your heart. Nature doesn't just quiet your mind, it teaches humility. Before a mountain, you see how small your worries are. Beneath the endless sky, you realize how short-lived your fears can be. Social media distracts, but nature heals. Screens may light your eyes, but sunlight lights your soul. So tomorrow, pause before you rush. Step out, look up, breathe. The closer you are to nature, the closer you are to peace. Remember, calmness doesn't always need a temple. Sometimes it just needs a tree. In our effort to do everything, we often lose ourselves in the noise of yes. We say yes to every request, every plan, every demand, and end up saying no to our own peace. Life becomes cluttered not because of lack of time, but because of lack of clarity. Simplicity isn't about having less. It's about focusing on what truly matters. Each unnecessary yes adds another layer of stress, while a mindful no opens space for calmness to breathe. Think about it. When your phone has too many apps running, it slows down. The same happens with your mind. Too many commitments, too many conversations, too many tabs open inside your head. And we call that being productive. But busyness isn't the same as purpose. Productivity without peace is just exhaustion disguised as success. Learning to say no is not selfish, it's self-care. It's the art of protecting your mental space. You cannot pour from an empty cup. Saying no to what drains you means saying yes to what nurtures you, your rest, your family, your growth, your silence. Simplifying your day doesn't mean avoiding responsibility. It means choosing wisely what deserves your time and energy. Try this before saying yes. Pause and ask, is this aligned with my peace? If not, decline gracefully. The world won't fall apart. In fact, it will open up. You'll find time to breathe, to think, to simply be. Because every no spoken with awareness is a doorway to inner calm. Remember, peace is not found by doing more. It's found by doing less but with full presence. My dear friends, today we've walked together through simple yet powerful habits, moments of morning stillness, mindful breathing, digital balance, gratitude, conscious eating, connecting with nature, and simplifying your day. These are not just ideas to hear once, they are daily practices to live by. Peace of mind is not a distant destination waiting at the end of a busy year. It's a quiet choice you make every sunrise, every breath, every step. We often chase calmness in faraway places, exotic retreats, mountains, or silent monasteries. But calmness isn't hidden in the Himalayas, it's hidden in your habits. Small, consistent acts shape a peaceful life more deeply than grand intentions done once in a while. 5 minutes of silence, 1 deep breath, 1 grateful thought, 1 mindful meal. These tiny drops can fill the vast ocean of peace within you. So as you leave here today, don't just carry these lessons in memory, carry them in your heart. Begin with 1 small habit. Let it grow. Because a calm mind is not only peaceful, it's powerful. With a still mind, your choices become wiser, your bonds become stronger, and your life becomes richer in meaning. So don't wait for tomorrow or the perfect time. Begin now. Begin today. Begin with 1 simple step toward inner peace. Thank you, and may your days ahead overflow with calmness, clarity, and gentle joy.